Mhm. Yep. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Good
Welcome,
afternoon with
Murdad.
a
How
new,
are you?
thank you, welcome. Thank you for coming today. We have our new Oldest Gold series, number 41, and it has a special title for today. It's a special day in Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. Oldest Gold was first initiated after Corona, and it was online. It is still online. The main purpose of all this gold is to educate the Toastmasters about Toastmasters procedures, protocol, pathways, and all these details. And then the idea developed for more and more educational sessions that helped us develop better, improve ourselves better, and all these under the concept of being a better speaker, a better Toastmaster, a better leader for yourself, and a better leader in your roles in Toastmasters. The power of laughter in communication. What a title we have today. Are you ready to laugh today? Are you ready to cry from laughing today?
Yes,
Are you
we
ready for
are.
that? Okay, yes, we are. Today it's
Yes.
a laughter. Well, as a coach and a trainer, and now working on Al Wujdan coach, consciousness coach. So the best thing in life is to laugh. Laugh brings everything to us. You cannot imagine the magic of laughter on our body. I will not say everything about it, but it's one of the secrets. It's a remedy by itself. Laughing, even if it's fake. So let's laugh today. Let's enjoy our day today. And let's welcome our guests, Toastmaster Saditi Amsara from Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster. She's not a guest, but it's the first name that I got in my screen. And with the word patience, sabr, we need to have to be patient today. No, we don't want to be patient today. Today we want to laugh. Today it's a laughter day. Let's throw everything that makes us sad, angry, anxious. Let's throw it away and let's keep our cheer up. Let's keep smiling. And we have an amazing Toastmaster. He's not a normal Toastmaster. He's one of the reasons he doesn't know this. I'm announcing this for the first time. He's one of the reasons that I joined Toastmasters. I was invited by, Abdullah Hijazi. I'm his aunt. I was invited, and then DTM Zahra told me, why don't you join our club? Okay, I'm in Beirut, you are in Bahrain, how can we do this? She said, don't worry about it, take this step. And at that time, I was taking the decision to decide new things in my life. And even if I'm not sure of the future, then I thought I met that decent person, and he was talking about a topic that I really suffer from. I was working on, and finally, I can say today, after this happened in 2020, and I can tell you today I'm in a better place. He said something very important, and he asked us, one of the advice he gave is to keep a notebook with you wherever you go. I have my notebook with me, and I have my mobile, the notebook and my mobile with lots of notes. And he advised us use these because you will use them in your speeches. He is known as, and whenever you go to contests, if you are competing with him, you have to think many times about your speech, how to present it. Me, myself, I've learned from him and I imitated him sometimes. I took the techniques in some speeches and I succeeded in that. And he's the reason behind that. He doesn't know that also. This is a second announcement for today. And again, the contest time is coming. We have lots of contests from today until end of April, May, until the first week of May. And then be ready. If you're competing with him, You have to show yourself. You have to be ready for that. Our own, can you guess who I'm talking about? Yes. He's none other, our own Farhaz, DTM Farhaz. He comes back home. He's now not in Bahrain, he's in Sri Lanka, but he's back to our oldest goal. Finally, we can see him with us. He's always with us, by the way, despite the distance. Don't think he's away. He's always there in our hearts. He's always there with our speeches, and he's back to serve our as MC for today, Master of Ceremony for today. But before we listen to him, I would like to hear from our guests quickly. We have Ali Hussein. You are our guest today. You're most welcome. Would you please introduce yourself quickly in 2 words, in 2 sentences? Why you're here with us? Who are you?
Yes, hello. Good afternoon. My name is Ali Hussein, and I'm actually a member of Injaz Bahrain Toastmaster, and I'm today invited by none other than Abdullah Madan. Since I'm going to compete, inshallah, eventually in the humorous contest, so he told me to join and have an idea. So I hope today I'm going to have a fruitful meeting and gain a lot of invaluable insights into how to be humorous and make others laugh. So that's it.
You're most welcome, Toastmaster Ali, and wish that your goal is achieved with Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. We have Suha Kutub. Are you Toastmaster? Please introduce yourself.
Good evening.
You're a Toastmaster.
Thank you so much for having me tonight or today. My name is Soha Qutb. I'm the VPE of Giza Toastmasters Club in Egypt, and I'm Area 25 Director. I'm very honored to be attending with you the first time. Hopefully, I'll be able to join next time in order to do my panel discussion project. So I'm here to learn and to enjoy and to laugh, as always. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Inshallah, most welcome, Toastmaster Suha, and I'm eager to hear your panel discussion. And it's your home. Consider Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club as your home. You're most welcome anytime, any support you need. We are advanced here, and we are ready always to support as in Toastmasters. Who else we have? We have Toastmaster Laila Karami. You're most welcome. Would you introduce yourself, please? You are muted. You're muted, Toastmaster Laila.
Hello, I'm Leila Karame, Toastmaster from Ufuk Toastmaster and Public Relation Manager of District 20, Area 4. And I like to join to your event today because it take my attention, the subject love. So I want to laugh with you.
Inshallah,
and
we all need laughter.
it's my honor to be with you today. Thank you.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. We all need laughter in these days with all the tense we have. Yes, we have Arun, SK. Arun, you're Toastmaster, Arun. Please introduce yourself. I remember I saw you in the contest. You're muted.
Yes. Hi, good evening, all. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Hi, good evening, Toastmasters. Myself, Arun Subramanian. I belong to Tasca Toastmaster Club. Today, I saw the poster of Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club on the District 20 official members group, and I am here as a surprise visit for Toastmaster Abdullah Madan. I'm here to hear his speech.
You're most welcome, and you made me more and more eager to hear the speech.
Yes. All the best, Abdullah Madan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All the
Thank you,
best for all
Toastmaster
the
Arun.
speakers.
Yes.
You're most welcome, our guest and all members of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. And now I think it's time to leave the space to DTM Farhaz Farouk to serve as MC. The floor is yours. Thank you for taking the role. You're most welcome.
Thank you, Madam President, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I can't say good night, otherwise you'll go to sleep. But so I'll not say that. Thank you, Madam President, for that very generous introduction. I didn't realize that I was the reason that you are in trouble today. You would have saved yourself the trouble of being president and secretary and VP and all that if you didn't listen to me. I was just joking at that time. But you got caught. What can I say? Just like all of us got caught one day. Somebody like Kevin. Anyway, friends, we are here to talk about humor. And to do that, we have an amazing galaxy of speakers who are coming up, who's going to come up one after the other. I would ask you to stay tuned, tighten your belts, stay put, get a drink if you want to, something halal. Don't go for any haram drinks at this stage. If you want haram, you do that later off screen. And let's start. Let's try to get entertained. I have the little bit of things planned out. I was a gentleman. I asked the two Abdallahs, please send me your introductions. I will introduce you the way you want. And these two gentlemen made the cardinal error. They said, please introduce us as you like. I said, are you sure? They said, yes. I said, don't give me this kind of freedom because you may regret it. But they were bold. They said, okay, I must warn you, I can lie and I can lie through my teeth as if it's a truth. So listen up and let's get going. Let's start the process to get our first speaker. Now that he has also brought his fan base, we have our guest Ali Hussein, we have our guest Arun Subramaniam here. He has brought his guest. So please, guests, listen to what Abdullah Madan is all about. He is going to talk about something that says you are fat. How dare he do that? How dare he do that? And if he says we are fat, let's listen to what he is. He is someone who is no stranger to first thoughts, second thoughts, third thoughts. He is also no stranger to the first serving, second serving, and third serving. He says we are fat. He is really fat. Folks, he is coming up. Our next speaker, he is not just vertically challenged, he is horizontally challenged as well. Though he pretends to be not, if he stands up, we will see that he is horizontally challenged this way. He does not just enter the room. When he comes into the room, he fills the room by his brightness, by his humor, by his personality, but by his person as well, because that's what he usually does. He is the guy who has taken his gym membership and done that as an act of charity so that other people can enjoy the gym on his account. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled when we talk about weight, when we talk about his weight. He is here to lift our spirits. Let's be honest though, lifting much else is out of the question. He lifts weights, but it's not the weights that come on dumbbells, but he lifts his own weights that is around his belly and around his head. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a larger than life personality, of course, a great man. And every now and then, his lunch plans of 1 hour extends to 3 hours. And that is what he is all about. Friends, put your hands together to welcome the one, the only, the fat Abdullah Madan to talk about You Are Fat. Over to you.
Thank you, dear Fawaz. Thank you for this amazing introduction, fellow Toastmasters. I would like you to open your mics. I would like you to open your mics. So, today,
I open my mic and tell you that you have 20 minutes. You will see the green at 15, the yellow at 18, and the red at 20.
just a second. Let me open my slides. Yep. Here they are. Here they are. And I'm gonna share the screen. Do you see a white screen?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Greetings of the day. Most of you go through a lot of fluctuations in your life. And today I'll show you one of the fluctuations that I went in my life. Just imagine the struggle of being fat. This was me 16 years ago in one of the volleyball clubs. My parents forced me to enter this volleyball club because they thought that I will become thinner because I was eating so much when I was a child. And somehow they were right. They were right. After some time, I became thinner. This is me along with my friend Yusuf. Look at me with these athletic and sportswear, just thin and look more handsome. This did not continue for much because I became fat again.
You
Look
stop
at how.
football.
Hmm?
You stop exercise.
I became fat. I don't know what happened. Look at my cheeks. Just look at how big my cheek is. And after some time, I became thinner, more bright, just more bright. But can you guess what happened later? Can you guess what happened?
Became fat
Why you
again.
become thin?
I became fat again. You know what I hate? What I hate really about being fat is that when I become fat, there is just one place in my face that grows really large. Look at the cheek; it's about to explode. This is what I really hate when I become more fat. But can you guess what happened later?
You became thin.
I became thin. For
You're
some
like a
reason, I become thin. I go fat, thin, fat, thin, fat, and thin. But later, ladies and gentlemen,
Become fat again.
I become fat again. And look at me here.
You eat pizza too much. You eat fast food. That's the
a
reason.
large pizza, two Pepsis, and along with some nuggets. And look at me, very happy. I look very happy and satisfied eating those pizzas, eating those nuggets and Pepsi.
This
But what
means
happened later?
You want
So
the content
just like
of eating them.
just like we have 4 seasons hotel in Bahrain, we have 2 seasons for Abdullah Madan. Fat
Two seasons
season,
for
thin
Abdullah
season.
Madan. You are totally right. What happens later, ladies and gentlemen? Then let's
You're like
see
a
how.
balloon, man.
here, look, you look nice.
No, I was so upset because I had to do a diet, and this is what happened to me. So I said I don't want to be upset, so I went and took rice. Look at me, so happy carrying this rice dish, going and leban as well. You can imagine what happens if you eat rice and leban afterwards. You'll immediately faint. And because, ladies and gentlemen, I started eating rice so much, I became fat again.
Oh, nice. You should
And
go dietitian and make a test for blood. She will check what kind of food.
no use. I tried everything. There's no use. And the issue is that I was so upset with me. I went to Photoshop and after I photoshopping myself, but Photoshop said to me there's no use of doing anything because we cannot hide how fat you are. So I just remained fat again. Ladies and gentlemen, I I really had no clue whatsoever what to do. My father tried motivating me, Abdullah, please start exercising. He took me with him and we went exercising, etc. But no use. He thought that just motivating me and doing this won't be enough. So he changed plans. And my father came and said to me, Abdullah, you are fat. And if you don't act up and you start exercising and eating healthy, you will end up with dangerous diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, obesity. And I felt really upset because I wasn't just harming myself. My father was upset too. So I thought, let me think about something that could change me towards the better. I started planning, well, I will start exercising now for 2 hours, but I'll keep my diet. And this did not work really. This really did not work. I started gaining even more weight. So I changed plans. And now I started exercising less, but eating better food. And soon enough, I became thinner and thinner and thinner. At this point, I was able to run approximately 10 kilometers with an excellent pace. I was eating healthy and everything was fine because I had a plan initiated and I implemented it really well. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any fluctuation that you are facing, any difficulty that you are facing, any fluctuation or difficulty like I'm facing going from thin to fat like me, just have a plan, implement it, and things will start becoming better just like it happened to me. It started stabilizing, and stabilizing once again, and I became much thinner, all because I planned and implemented. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Brother Abdullah, what can I say? What can I say? Let's give him a big round of applause first before I give my comments. Man, your entire life is like a roller coaster ride, Sheikh. Fat to thin to fat to thin. At one stage, I was beginning to think to myself, is this man a balloon or what? Well done, well done. I've taken some notes down, so I look forward to presenting some questions to you during the panel discussion. So please stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Do you think you will have the patience and the ability to go through so many fluctuations in your weight and at the end of the day get to a level where you can run a 10 kilometer at a very good pace? If not, this is the man to speak to. This is the man to speak to. Now a little bit serious. Hats off to you, man. Hats off to you. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Let's now get going to our next speaker. Next speaker is also one of those very what do I say, brave people. He said, "Brother, introduce me in whatever way you want." He should not have done that because I know a lot of his secrets. And everybody in BAT knows this amazing secret of his. First of all, he is going to talk about Just Smile. That's his title. That's the title of his presentation, his speech. But friends, let us invite next to our stage this man who believes in the power of smiling. He likes to smile so much. He has been seen to be flashing this smile all over the Russian territories. He has been given lifetime membership in the Russian version of Tinder. His smile is the logo of that Russian version of Tinder. He convinced that if he just smiles wild enough, his future Russian bride will somehow appear like magic from the Aladdin's lamp. And she will come not with 3 wishes, she will give him unlimited wishes. This man is so dedicated to smiling that he practically is trying to laugh his way into the Kremlin. Putin should be a bit aware. This man is after his seat. And also after his, I will not say that. They say love knows no borders. But our Abdullah, he is out to prove this. That love definitely knows no borders. If there is going to be any solution to the Russian-Ukrainian problem, I have a feeling it will be our Abdullah Hijazi who will smile his way into a peace treaty between these two. If he can't find a Russian bride, he may at least end up with a Ukrainian bride. So friends, as you can see, he's already smiling, he's already grinning. Don't be fooled. He not just spreads positivity, but he is also a global ambassador and international diplomat, as you know, and he will be the reason for world peace. Let's give him a warm welcome, maybe even a visa. to Abdullah Hijazi. Over to you, sir. Please teach us how to smile.
DTM Farhad. Oh, Russia. You remind me of all the old, all the old days. Oh my God. I want to ask you first, dear audience, what was the first humorous speech that you prepared? It took a long time?
My first
Days?
humorous speech.
Yeah.
Humorous speech. Nobody laughed.
For me, it was an accident, Farhad. I was so happy that in the competition, we had a competition in the club, and I was so happy that I don't have a speech, and I am not competing that day. And the VPE forced me to have a humorous speech. When he forced me, I was hesitating at the beginning. I don't see myself as a humorous speaker that time. So I went to my mentor, and he told me, just smile and speak about your job. And I started speaking about my job and that I do every day. I am working at Babco in the customer service center. We received a lot of calls to solve people IT problems. So I started with some occasions. One occasion that happened to me. One of the occasions that I remember 100% that I received a call from a manager secretary, that she raised a request to fix the manager refrigerator to the IT. Oh my God! How come I was about to laugh, but you have to behave your manners. And I explained her, we are IT. We don't fix fridges here. If you want to fix fridges, there is another department. Please understand me. And she was, okay, you don't want to help me? I'll call another person. Then came the travel to Russia. Oh my God, Russia. It was a trip with my mother. And I was eager to get married in this phase, hoping something will happen in Russia. By the way, one of the reasons that I joined Toastmaster is to get married. If somebody can to get married, but oh my God, so nothing happened until now. Farhaz, please help me. Farouk, please give me your tricks.
Sure,
Who told you that Toastmaster bring for you bride?
Yeah.
Toastmaster to learn you how to speak, to be manager, to be director, to be a leader.
Don't let me cry, dear. Let me have some hope. For 10 years, I'm trying to get married.
You went to even to the XCOM, Abdullah. You went to all the XCOM.
I went to all the XCOMs. I become a VPR. I become a membership. I become sergeant of arms sometimes, all of them. And all of them give me promise you will get married. And nothing happened until now. Maybe I will join in jazz after. Then, with all the experience what I have in Toastmaster, I discovered that I learned something valuable, that I can use it at work. And is the laughter. So I started inject some humorous things in dealing with customers. You don't expect the amount of people need to laughter. And for example, but you have to be careful when you drop the laughter in the in your communication, especially you are on the phone all the time. You cannot see the impressions of the other person. You will depend on his voice. First thing, when somebody greet me, good morning, I learned to make it more louder. So I'll tell him, good morning, good morning, with the flowers, with sultani, with the banafsaj, with all the flowers in the in the garden. And he went laughing. Believe me or not, somebody told me, go to my wife and tell her how to greet, teach her how to greet me in the morning. Oh my God. People need laughter at the end. Sometimes people get angry because they don't want they want their problem to be fixed quickly. After calming them down and tell them, calm down, I'm here with you, I'm here, I will solve your problem and everything. Then he insisted it will not be solved. I'm afraid you are not you will not be solved. I told him in Arabic, فكر أنا في خوف. Yeah, it means in English, do you believe that I am afraid? And he went laughing, and it changed the mood of the conversation, believe it or not. So I learned a lot from laughter. I learned a lot from injecting laughter in our life. Even if you don't want, if your life or you are going through hard times, believe me or not, laughter sometimes will help. Even what they call it with colors. There is white laughter, dark laughter. I don't think it is the laughter that comes from the heart. And it is the most colorful laughter in the world. For example, one of the customers called me. I'm printing the drawing without colors. I told him, don't worry, we'll put crayons and we will paint your what you call it, picture or your drawings. And he went laughing. So what message I want to deliver here is the laughter at work is necessary. It will increase productivity. It will increase collaboration. It will make people comfortable to work with you. But be careful when you put the laughter and when it will, because be careful and speak with your, what you call it, with your heart. And back to you, Toastmaster Farhas.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give a big round of applause to our Russian bridegroom, Abdullah Hijazi. Whilst there was a lot of humor and a lot of light-hearted moments in what you said, I was reading in between the lines and there was a lot of deep messages. We will get a little bit into those as we get to the when we get to the panel discussions. Thank you so much, dear sir, for that beautiful, lovely piece of work. Next, we have, excuse me, I got a bit of a bad throat. And that's not because the next speaker is Kamal, it's just that my throat is bad.
Don't
Kamal,
think about Russians.
okay, does that give itchy throat? I don't know. You're the experienced one.
Sometimes.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll try that. Anyway,
Yeah.
the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker actually sent an intro. His intro was 3 lines. It was passed to me through our brother Dityam Ali Shahbaz. But when I looked at this intro, I thought, if I'm roasting the other 2 speakers, maybe I should roast this man also. So I used his intro to create a slight roast. So our next speaker is Kamal Shihabi. He is a man who has written eight books. In case you missed the first 7, so he's written the 8th one. So go ahead and at least get the 8th one, please. 8 books he has written. In 2018, this man made it to the semi-finals of the World Championship of Public Speaking. And I still remember that moment when he won. And I remember 2 years before that when he didn't win. It's all very vivid in my mind. I am sure he also remembers the 2 years before scene and the scene when he won. It was still very vivid in my mind. It's not only that, he walked away with the Humorous and International Speech Championships at the same year and on the same stage in one particular year. I think it was the first time this was ever done in our district. Now, as you can see, I don't know what he does in life, but he has clearly spent most of his life collecting trophies, awards. And one thing I remember from his winning speech, there was also a wise cat which said nothing. So he clearly also collects cats that don't speak, which is strange because the cats that I know, most of them speak, cat woman and so on, they speak. Tonight, our friend Kamal is here to talk about the new judging ballot, my dear friends. So brace yourself for a masterclass in the rules, regulations, and the fine art of making paperwork sound exciting. I mean, who wants to do paperwork, right? I mean, the most boring people in a contest hall are the ones who walk in with the file and pretend they are not doing anything, but we all know they are the judges. So he's the one who's going to talk about the ballot paper. Let's give it up to our friend, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend, the cat whisperer himself, Kamal Shihabi, to take us through the judging ballot. Over to you, Brother Kamal.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the lovely introduction. How are you guys? Thank you for having me. I just woke up, so sorry for my voice and my face. Anyways, I'm going to share now the PowerPoint. Tell me if you can see it. Share the screen. You can see the PowerPoint now?
Yes, sir, can.
Okay, now see, guys, this is an interactive session. Interactive meaning you are going to interact with me because I need to know if you are funny or not. So if you don't interact, I'm going to call your name and you have to open your mic. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Yes, today we are going to talk about the judging rules of the humorous contest. Now, I swear, last week I have seen the new judging ballot, and I don't know if it was different or not, but It was different to me because the last time I have competed in the humorous contest was 7 years ago. So let's move on. If you need the PowerPoint, tell me anytime, I'll send it to you. All right, now we are going to go through the speech contest in the eyes of the judge, because I have been a judge in the Humorous and the International, and in the eyes of the audience, and in the eyes of a contestant, in order for you to win, or at least win the audience heart. All right, so let me ask you this question. If you could participate, I'll be gladly happy. What is the difference between the international and the humorous speech contest? What do you think is the difference? Yes, Farhaz, you want to participate?
Yes, of course. But I think the brother Abdullah wants to speak.
Yes,
Madan.
yes, please. Yes, please. Anybody
I,
would like to speak, please go on.
I
Yes,
think
sir.
the humorous speech contest could be something that would be understood by the local, but international speech should be something that is understood by everyone around the planet, a topic that is very general. Unlike humorous, maybe you could add some phrases that are used normally here, maybe in Bahrain or in uh, the countries that are within District 20, for example.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a very good perspective. Yes, please, anybody.
Can I
All
maybe
of
have a
your
go?
answers are right. Yes, 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 please. Oh, yes, please. All are your answers are right. So don't worry, we are not in school here. I'm not going to
Right.
punish
So
you.
I personally think the difference between the international and the humorous speech contest revolves around the general purpose of the speech. When it comes
Okay.
to international speech, it's either persuade or inspire. It could be humorous, but that's the main general purpose. Whereas in humorous, the general purpose is to entertain. I generally
Thank
look
you.
at that way.
Thank you so much for participating. Okay, let's move on. Everybody will participate. Don't worry. All right. Can you see the screen? See,
Yes,
the
sir.
difference is only 15 points from the international speech contest. That's it. So you have the speech value here and the correctness, which means that 85% of the speech is actually international speech. You could only add 15 points on the audience response, which is attentive, laughter, interest, reception. See, that's it. So in 2018, when I won both, I actually did 2 international speeches. One of them is funnier than the other. I chose it for the humorous. Okay, guys, so keep in mind, when you compete in the humorous speech contest, you are actually doing an international speech contest. The only difference is the audience respond. All right, we are going to move on in order for you to understand what I'm saying, and we are going to participate. Okay, now here is what Abdullah was mentioning. Why a district speech, humorous speech, most probably won't pass the club level contest. Why do you think that? Yes, Suha, yes, please.
Yes, good evening. I think
Yes.
because the sense of humor differs from one culture to another, from one country to another. So, depending on the judges, my speech could be considered humorous to them, while others not.
So nice perspective. Very nice. Okay. Yes. Who else want to say? You want to add anything? Why if you prepare a district speech, a humorous district speech, most probably you won't pass the club level. Almost the same what Abdullah said, because for every level there is another devil. There is another type of judges, another type of audience, another type of evaluation. However, I think, in just my own humble opinion, this is wrong, because the judging criteria and the judging ballot and the judging should be equal in every level of contest. However, because we are human, as also Suha said, when you are going to compete in the club level, make it designed for your club or for your area. But then when you are going to move on to the division and district, the judging will be strict on the judging ballot, which we are going to go through, and we are going to see how funny we are. Because somebody asked, okay, who is going to win in the contest usually, the best speaker or the best speech? What do you think? Who is going to win in the humorous speech contest? The best speaker or the best speech?
The best speaker.
Very nice. Layla, very nice.
I
The
think
best.
speech. It is
Abdallah,
mixed
very,
between both
very nice.
because
You are, yes.
because it is acting also. Laughter, you can act on it. So it will be mixed between both.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you for participating. You are all right. It's almost a mix between both. It's almost a mix between both because I have contested 6 times. Sometimes my content was extremely awful, but my performance was extremely well, so I went over the contest. However, in the division and district level, they will be strictly following the judging criteria, which we have to keep in mind. Only 15 points different from the international, okay? All right, now, some of us say, I'm not funny, I cannot compete, as you have said before, I don't know how to make jokes and so on. But believe me, now we are going to do a couple of exercises, and you will see that you are extremely funny because it's all in your head. I am not funny at all in real life. I just have this couple of formula, which we are going to do right now, and we are going to check if we are funny or not. Now, we are going to do a couple of exercises. I need you all to participate, so I'm going to close my share screen and I'm going to call names. What is the first exercise? The first exercise is one-liner story. You know this. I think you have taken this before. We are going to move on one by one. Everyone will just tell me a one line continuing the story of the one before him or her. Meaning, let's say that I will start with anything. Today I woke up and I went to work. All right? The next person will continue, and the next person will continue and continue and continue until we go to the end of the speech. However, there are 2 simple rules. The first rule is you should continue to what your friend said, no matter how exaggerated it is. For example, if your friend said, I saw a dragon in my face and so on, you should continue with that. You should not break his or her story. The second thing is you don't say ever, forever, that I woke up from a dream and it was all a dream and this and that, because it will seem like you have no imagination. Okay? All right, so it's very easy, right, guys? Very easy, right? All right, so I have the screen here. I won't call names now. I will just let you do this on your own, but I will start with a person. You just say a line, the next person will say the next line, the next person will say the next line, and so on. All right, so I will choose first Farhaz Farouk. Yalla, go ahead.
It was a bright morning. I woke up very early and got ready to go on a trip.
All right, let's continue. Abdallah.
And when I went to the trip was actually to a shop that I was opening as a new business. And we were waiting for someone to bring the sheep that we want to slaughter. And unfortunately,
Very nice. Let's go to Abdallah Hijazi.
I don't know why I was thinking about sambusa that time.
All
I was
right,
very hungry.
nice. Let's go to Widad. I was very
Well,
hungry.
being hungry on a long day like that, it was really amazing, and I start eating the food of people passing by.
Very nice. Let's go to TM Malak. 3, 2, 1. Let's go to Aaron SK. 3, 2, 1. Let's go to Dr. Layla. 3, 2, 1. Let's go to Ali Hussein.
My
3.
turn now.
Yes, yes. Your turn.
So I realized that I forget my bags. I return back home to fix my bags.
Very nice. Let's go to the ending of the story now to DTM Ali Shahbaz if you're there.
And when everybody was busy, the sheep came to me. I was right in the neighborhood. The sheep told me, please help me escape, and I let the sheep escape.
All right, very nice. See, we have finished. Yes, you want to continue, Abdullah? One thing, yeah.
And DTM Ali Shahbaz, you let the sheep escape, and but in Toastmasters we learn integrity. And I bought the sheep, and you did not bring it back. How dare you?
And they
Alright.
lived happily ever after.
And they lived happily ever after. Very nice, guys. See, we have done a whole story within seconds. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to do anything. The most important part of this game is to have fun, because you are the mirror of your audience. As long as you're entertained, as long as you're having fun, your audience will be the same. Very nice. All right, so let's go to two magic formulas if you want people to laugh, are very simple. The first formula of a joke, it's known there, I think you know it, which is a setup, punchline. Okay? A joke contains of two things. Setup meaning you are taking your audience to one direction. Punchline meaning you break this direction. That's it. There is nothing into it. It's very easy. You just take them one way and suddenly you take them another way. Okay? Very easy. We're going to do an exercise for this. For example, if you ask, what is Toastmasters? Okay? Very easy. Expectation, right? Toastmaster is a commercial electronic pop-up food. Toasters are designed to toast bread, frozen, waffle, and so on. And see here below, it's called Toastmaster. Okay? Now, I hope you are laughing from inside. I'm not sure or not, but you are expecting that I'm going to say it's a non-profit organization about leadership and public speaking, which contain clubs and so on. But suddenly, it was unexpected. I'm talking about an actual toasters. All right, so it's all about surprise, expectation, unexpectation. That's it. We're going to go to another formula, which is you can use it on your speeches. Very simple, which is list making. Contain of 3 points. The first two should be expected, the third should be unexpected. Very easy. For example, there are 3 types of Toastmasters: speakers, leaders, and
Exaggerators.
exaggerators, or ones who are looking for wives, for example. Okay?
We have one here.
Yeah. All right. Now we could do this exercise. I am not sure if I'm taking your time, guys. You could tell me, please, huh? Because I think I'm over time here.
No, not at all. Not at all. You have 20 minutes, sir. So you have
Okay.
a lot of time. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
We
Okay.
still
Okay.
have time. We have extra time for you even. No worries.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for that. Thank you so much. All right. Now let's do this exercise together. The role of a president in Toastmaster Club is responsible for overall operation of the club, monitor the distinguished club progress. The third one, tell me. Ah, it should be something funny and exaggerated. Who want to share? Who want to say something?
The role of the president.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, please. The role of the president in a Toastmasters club is
I didn't hear that.
is to lecture us.
Lecture us. See, it's a little bit funny. Fine, fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Who else want to participate?
Sorry, President.
The role of the president in Toastmasters Club is to always bring down the hammer at the start and at the end.
Very nice. See? See? So bring something unexpected. Should be funny.
Role of the president in the Toastmasters Club is to tell us if the food tasted good.
All right. Very nice. See? Very
And
nice. See? Yeah.
in our Toastmaster Ofok, the presidents always bring sambusa and shawarma.
Bring sambusa and shawarma. Very nice. See, you are picking this up. You are so funny. See? It's very easy to be funny.
He speaks a lot and he have to mention Ralph Smith all the time.
Yeah, this is true. They have to mention, huh? Lovely, sir. Very nice. All right, see? Very nice. All right, then the third one is self-deprecation. We are going to do this last exercise and we are going to move on. Self-deprecation, which means you do not insult the audience, you insult yourself for the sake of laughter. So we are going to create a meme. I hope you know what meme means, which means that you are just putting a joke. So you can see this picture right here in front of you. I need you to create a fast meme right now. Yalla, tell me. It is like, for example, me when I see Farhaz Farouk. For example. All right, yalla, tell me.
Meme is a letter.
Okay, meme is a ledger. Yalla.
Don't kill the cockroach.
Don't kill the cockroach. Yalla, fine, good, great. Yalla, who else? Last one.
I'll kill the moderator. He
Okay.
mute me.
Me during the council meeting.
Me during the council meeting of Toastmasters. Very nice. Very nice. Last one. Somebody want to participate?
Don't touch my sambosa.
Don't touch my sambosa. See? Very nice. See? It is extremely easy to find jokes on the spots. And there are a couple of formulas which you don't need it, I think, at Toastmasters. You just need three, which is set up punchline, the three lines, and the exaggeration. Now, the tips that I have. From 10 years that I'm teaching now in Toastmasters and outside Toastmasters, I have realized, guys, that you could summarize all of these tips that you are watching here. Timing, and pauses, who is your audience, and so on. The most important tip that it will really help you, and it is extremely hard unless if you have so much time to do that, which is listen to the audience. Meaning, a lot of speakers think their job is to speak. This is not your job in the stage. Your job is to listen to the audience and watch the direction of the audience and go with it. Okay? Don't memorize, internalize the speech or whatever, and you go there and you just repeat it like a parrot. You need to watch your audience, listen to them carefully, watch their emotions, watch their directions, and move along with it. Even if you are prepared your speech, sometimes you should do what the audience wants. So I could summarize every single thing, every single tip in this one tip that I have learned after a decade of teaching. All right, guys. So if you want to learn more, of course, you could go to open mics. There are a lot of resources online. And please Don't steal jokes from online or whatever. Don't add unrelated jokes to win the judges because it's not going to help you. The joke should be relatable to your speech, and don't use useless props, and don't get laughter out of someone else's expense. You could do it by yourself. Don't try to be funny, just be yourself on stage. These are the couple of resources if you need, and this is one of my 8 books here, The Mindset of Great Speakers. Thank you very much for having me. I look forward for your questions. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our Toastmaster Kamal, our champion, a big round of applause. That was like a master class in humor. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Every single bit. I was busy taking notes down. I may have missed some, so I'm going to look at the recording tomorrow to make sure I get the balance of the notes. Thanks so much. So, friends, what do you think? What do you reckon? We had 3 amazing speakers, each one with their own style, and we have had a lot to think about, a lot to digest. Now, looking at the time, we are doing very well for time, in fact. So 5:10 is 6:10, 7:10, 7:40. We are in fact a little bit early, which is good. We have 30 minutes for the panel discussion. So let's see if we can throw in as many questions as we can. So let's get the speakers highlighted if it's at all possible, if it's necessary. Am I a host? Yeah. So Toastmaster Malake, can you please highlight the 3 speakers and of course me, because I am the oldest in the group. And while we are getting to that, let me start off with some initial questions to our speakers. And let me start actually with our friend, the fat man, Abdullah Madan, Toastmaster Abdullah. That was, I must tell you, that was an amazing, literally an unbelievable journey, brother, of your life. How did you convert something so serious as your weight, the struggle that you have had with your weight, with being fat, into something so funny? What did you do? What was the technique that you used for us?
The technique was it's actually something very weird because you never see someone change this much in such a short period of time. Like these are just gaps between. Some of them are 6 months, some of them are just 1 year, and so it's really unexpected. It's like it's the first time maybe you're seeing someone who maybe you see someone who was fat and then he continuously became thin. For me, it was quite the opposite. It was not even intentional that I become thin. Sometimes it comes just right away. All of a sudden, I feel like more exercising, for more like eating well, and then I just change. I just feel like because of stress, because of exam, I feel like eating more and sitting at home. So these changes happen in short periods. So this is something that happened in my life, and I brought it up just by scrolling through my camera roll. I had much more embarrassing pictures because it was recorded. I wasn't able to show you, otherwise you would have laughed even more. There is some of them, Uzar. You know Uzar, Ditem Farhas?
Yeah, of
Some
course, yes, I know that. I wear it sometimes.
some of them wearing wuzar while I'm being very fat, like I'm like a very old man while wearing it. So I did not share it, but maybe if you come to Bahrain, I'll show it to you one day.
So can I ask you one follow-up question?
Yes.
In order to be a humorous speaker, and this is touching on something our champion Toastmaster Kamal said, DTM Kamal said, self-deprecating humor. You put yourself down in order to make us go through this journey. The real question is, how much guts does it take to put yourself down just to generate this amount of joke, this amount of humor?
It actually takes a lot of guts to not only state this amount of this amount of humor. It takes a lot of guts to state your struggles. This is a struggle by itself. And when actually you start saying your struggles, you build more trust between you and the audience, because no one wants you to say a superhero story of yourself being the best. But when you say that you face these difficulties, you face those difficulties, people will start trusting you more. So, and by this, you'll engage the audience much better, in my opinion.
Thank you, sir, which will allow me straight away to jump to an important point Kamal mentioned, Brother Kamal mentioned. He said, he asked us a very important question. He asked us, what's the difference between the international speech and the humorous speech? And then there was a very clear answer that came out of that discussion. You touched on something which he actually answered. So I will actually put the floor open to Brother Kamal to actually touch on that. Brother Abdullah, by doing what he did, actually did an international speech, in your opinion, or no?
Yeah, I think the one that he did today is an international speech. If he could just add more jokes, I think he will have a lot of advantage in the judging ballot if he competed in the division or the strict level. Because I think his speech was a form of an international motivational speeches. So if you check it, judging ballot, it's all there for him. He just need 15 points for the audience reaction.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it has all the ingredients of an international speech. He told of his story, he told of his struggle, he
Exactly.
told of his point of realization. Then there is external factor, which is the father, and then his point of victory, which is his now ability to run for 10K at a good pace. So this is a hallmark of a good speech. So as advised by our champ Kamal, please work on it. This is going to be a winner, brother. This is going to be a winner. Well done. Thank you. Now let's move to our Russian man. Our Russian man, to Abdullah Hijazi, brother Abdullah Hijazi. You asked a very pertinent question. Do you remember your first humorous speech? And I'm sure as a Toastmaster, almost all of us will. I certainly do remember my very first humorous speech. I remember mainly because nobody laughed. Actually, halfway through the speech, I can see the audience looking at me with pity, Miskeen, he's trying his best, but we can't laugh. And you said it was by accident. My question to you, brother, how important was that accidental situation in you developing as a humorous speaker eventually?
Believe me or not, Farhaj, I was not convinced that I am a humorous person. I was avoiding humorous speeches. This speech, from the first joke, I was surprised that people are laughing. And it kept on. Then I gained the trust to continue. And then it came the Russian speech. It was by the way, it was a real story. It was a real story. So, but I learned, don't sell yourself short. Try everything. Try everything in Toastmaster. From this point onwards, I participate on all the contests every year in Arabic and English, just to try how can I expand my self and got out from the comfort zone. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's absolutely inspiring, Brother Abdullah. And over here, I think I will ask you one more question because you mentioned it. When you were pushed into this accidental position of having to contest in a humorous speech, you asked your mentor, and your mentor gave you an idea. How important was that advice in pushing you in the right direction?
It was very good advice because he just gave me the torch that I can speak to about. And that time I was confused. I have to prepare a speech for within 5 minutes to go on the stage for the first time as a humorous speech, not as a international.
Hmm.
So
you
try to ask your mentor every time.
good.
It is not and it is not one mentor. You try to ask everyone that can help you, especially in a humorous speech.
Thank you, brother. So having a mentor is of absolute importance. And would you also suggest even keeping just one mentor? Do you like to work with a pool of mentors?
I, without the respect about my first mentor that helped me a lot, I worked for more than 5 mentors in my Toastmaster journey, and I benefit from them a lot because every person have a different perspective. One mentor give me the jokes. One mentor give me how to act with the jokes. Another mentor tell me how to summarize the speech and make it more personal. So it helps a lot to get advice from different mentors.
Thank you, brother Abdullah. Now, on the same line of thinking and logic, let me jump to our champion Kamal. I was very intrigued, sir, to see you had that quotation in your slides which said for every level there is a devil. It's very interesting, and I actually noted it down. Maybe I will use in some table topics sometimes. But the question to you, following up from what brother Abdullah Hijazi just now said, just like for judging at every level there is a different level devil, even from a mentor's point of view, at every level, will there be a different mentor that's necessary?
Yeah, yes, exactly. You will reach a point, hopefully, in your journey that you will reach a level like in the district level or above. It's really find it is really hard to find somebody who has actually been there, who can really add a huge difference on your speech. So at some point, hopefully, when you reach the highest level, most of the time you will be alone. And you should find someone who's been there, at least either a judge or a contestant or evaluator or let's say as a seasonal audience who's been there. Now, I have been struggling for this. When I reached the semi-finals, everybody was helpful. Everybody was helping me, to be honest. However, I really needed somebody who's been there actually, who's been in the semi-finals. Either as audience, a seasonal audience every time he watches the Toastmaster, or a judge, or at least a contestant. So in every kind of level you are going through in your journey, you should find at least somebody who has been there, because you will see a huge difference in the evaluation.
Thank you,
Yes.
brother. Thank you, and that is very valuable advice. Uh, I agree. It's a bit like you know me going to learn how to maybe drive. I need to go and find somebody who has actually driven before. I can't go and speak to somebody who's maybe just ridden a bicycle to teach me to drive. So
Oh.
you have a very good point, and thank you for clarifying that. For this now next question, I will jump to our brother Abdullah Madan. Now, in your speech, brother, you were you felt you were okay with putting yourself down in front of the audience. Can I also ask the positive impact of the humor that you were putting to us, how important that was for your own self-acceptance of this struggle that you were going through, and in a way how you use that humorous spin on things to actually find a solution for yourself from your health point of view?
In my opinion, actually, this type of humor, it wasn't just humor with the intention of making you laugh. It was humor with the intention of inspiring others. It's like when you go through these fluctuations, it's actually not just something humorous, it's actually a problem because going through a diet and then going fat again, going through a diet and then going fat again, it is a problem instead of just a humor. But bringing it in a humorous way will help deliver the message even much better. I personally choose to go with humor rather than drama most of the time when I'm able. When I'm not able, I try the dramatic way. However, whatever gets the audience more engaged, just like Kamal mentioned, if you know if you know the audience and where they're going to, and what might make them understand the message better, this will really help you in delivering your speech. So I use this humor in order to make this sort of impact on you as audience. So this is, in my opinion, knowing the audience themselves. If I know you all, I know what would make you impressed. If it was some other audience, it would be a different way.
Brilliant take on that, sir, and I completely agree. Sometimes humor is necessary to soften the blow of a much more deeper, much more tougher messaging or thing that we would like to discuss. And you used exactly that, first of all, to entertain us. But now I understand you actually use humor to inspire yourself first and to inspire us, which I think is a lot more noble than just making us laugh. So
Yes.
humor is not just an entertainment tool, but it can be a very strong inspirational tool as well. Thank you. That's a great learning from you, Brother Abdullah. Now let me jump to our other brother Abdullah Hijazi. I really enjoyed that IT and the fridge joke. It was very simplistic joke. My question to you is, how important is it to keep our jokes simple, or is there a case for sometimes also having complex jokes in our speeches?
Make it simple. And by the way, it's a very real story. It happens. And try to, what I learned, try to take story that really happens. Because if you try to make a joke from nothing, or to make people laugh, it will take an effort, and then it will show the audience. So make it simple and short. That's what worked with me, actually. And
Okay,
effective. And effective.
So if I am to summarize what,
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry, brother. Please go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Allow me to ask Kamal a question about the humors.
Please do.
Yes,
Toastmaster Kamal. Usually, when you reach levels, they told you to memorize the speech, practice the speech, and do a lot of practice. What about the humor? Yeah, humor, if you practice a lot, it will be boring because you know the jokes, you know the things that you will say, but you get used to it. How important does practice in humorous speeches and the bigger levels? And you can help with it, Farhad, because we went there. We've been there.
Very good. Thank you for your question.
Mm.
It is very good. See, because you will keep repeating the same thing every single time, either in your head or in front of the audience. What I learned through the years is that the audience makes the speech, not you. The audience reaction and the audience feedback, live feedback, they are going to make or break your speech. So, if you are, let's say, memorized, internalized the speech and have been giving it for 20 times, and you are extremely bored with this speech, however, you should keep in mind that always the audience will make the speech fun for you or not. So, when you go to the stage internalizing your speech, watch the audience, give them time, see if they understand your jokes, listen and see their faces and see their body reaction. I have been giving the speech for 5 years, and every single level there was different reaction. Every single level in the clubs, in the areas, in the division, and in the uh, uh,
District.
yes. So in the end, you should keep in your mind the audience, not you. As long as the audience are having fun, they will lift your speech up and create a great experience for you.
Thank you.
I also agree with that. Since you wanted my opinion, uh, not all the jokes will work at every level, and sometimes some of them will not work at any level. So it's up to you. Keep an eye on the audience and know which are the ones that will work and which are the ones that aren't working, and then you can use that as your editing process as you develop your speech. Uh, yes, brother Ali, you have raised your hand.
Yes, I have a question to uh, DTM tier Toastmaster Kamala or champion. Uh, there are people who make great humorous speeches, but sometimes not everybody makes it at the district level. Sometimes they come close, but they come year after year. Some disappear if they can't make it, let's say, beyond division. Any tips for keeping that energy going? I will not quit till I make it because with humor, at times people get disappointed. My humor didn't work here. I tried 5 times in the area, it didn't work, but everybody laughs at the club. So how to make sure that energy is continuously going on? We don't deplete our energy. Any tips on that note? Thanks.
Uh, Thank you for your question. I have been there a lot and I have seen this a lot, even myself, when I competed since 2014. I think in order for us to continue, the only blame you should put is on yourself. For example, there is a huge difference between a stand-up comedy and a Toastmaster humorous speech contest. So, if you are going to give this speech in a club, in a humor club somewhere else, you will get number one there. You will get a huge laughter and so on. If you are going to compete in a Toastmaster contest, especially in the highest level, division or district, you should and must go by the ballot. Do not go there mistaken that I will deliver a stand-up comedy, everybody will laugh and have fun, and I'm going to win. Why? Because you only have 15 points on the audience reaction. And I have seen this several times. There are so many funny speakers, but they don't win because their speech has no setup, has no message, has nothing in the end. So I think, in my humble opinion, you should blame yourself first because you should go with the judging ballot in your mind in order if you want to win the contest of Toastmasters. Yes,
Thank you, Brother Kamal. Thank you, Brother Kamal. So, Brother Ali, one way of keeping the energy is to know your objective, and your objective is in Toastmasters contest to try to win the contest. And for that, the judging ballot is a very good pointer. Plus, of course, you make up your mind and you keep going back again and again. You should be a bit shameless, also, like me.
Yes, famous like me.
Yeah. Even here in Sri Lanka, I keep getting this question. You have been contesting for such a long time. Why are you still contesting? And I say this because I'm really shameless. I keep coming back to get more humiliated. So I'm going to do it. Yeah. So next, let's move on. And I have a couple more other questions to throw in. And this one is to our friend, our champ Kamal. I really loved when you said, make sure the jokes are relatable, number one, and you said to throw away useless props. Now, I too am not a fan of props, unnecessary props. I am not a fan because I believe public speaking should be public speaking and drama should be drama, and there should be a clear line between the two. If a prop is necessary, it's okay. Now, you pointed out useless props. How effective are props when they are actually needed and contribute to the speech? And what is the time we should decide, okay, this prop is not serving my purpose, so I'm going to throw it away?
That's a very nice and a tricky question, really. I have been struggling with props for a decade in Toastmasters. My rule only. There should be no props. Why? Because you are there to deliver a speech. There should be no props at all. Unless if this prop were really going to add more value to what you are going to say, and it is going to be, it is like easier for the audience to understand your goal, then you could bring this prop with you. A lot of contestants mistaken that it might help them to win. No. See, the judge, I have been a judge in semifinals even, have no time for you to check for your prop if it was okay or not. They have 10 speeches and they should be concentrated so well for the structure, message, grammar, and so on. So if you going to need a prop, if it's really going to help, then it's fine. If it's not, avoid it like a plague. This is my rule, at least, yani. Thank you so much.
I completely subscribe to the similar view, Toastmaster Kamal, because I also have this firm belief. You may call me also a Puritan. I believe public speaking should be public speaking. We are the prop. We are the thing. Unless the prop really adds value to the speech, no. Having said that, sometimes the prop is nice. It's important. Not nice, it's important. Like if you take Kahtani's speech, cigarette, which our Toastmaster Malaki has pointed out. If you think of Dhananjaya pulling the rose out, because at the end he actually pulls the rose out again. If you think of Darante and the underwear game, where he put it on top, that had a purpose. So all of those actually made sense. If you look at Aaron Beverly's winning speech, where he won the world championship with that Indian wedding dress, that was also a prop. It's not his normal dress. Those speeches, it had a purpose, but then simply bringing a prop for the sake of bringing a prop, I think I agree with you. It should be something that, and nobody has time really to look at it. If anything, I think sometimes props are very distracting.
Exactly.
Very distracting. Thank you so much. Thanks. So now, I observed Abdullah Hijazi in his speech today. He was asking for help and he said why he came to Toastmasters. All of that was funny. And then he threw in something which is actually a very good humorous speaking technique. He said, maybe I will join Injaz. I don't think this line was in his script, but was it in your script, Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi?
No.
It was not. It came at the spur of the moment. This is called improvisation. This is called improv. I want to ask you, how did you get the idea and how did you throw that in at that time? And before you answer, there I can see the hand of our brother Ali Shahbaz raised. I will let him ask the question and then you can answer both together. Brother Ali, for you.
Yes, I just wanted to comment. Maybe that came out from the heart.
It came from the heart. It also came out of opportunity because he knows one of the founders of India's Toastmasters is also here. So he thinks he might invite him out of pity. So the question is back to you, Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi. How did you think of it and why did you drop it and do you think it was effective?
I dropped it. I dropped it just for the moment. Because I want to. Usually, I want to involve everyone in it, and thank God it works, and it came from the heart. Sometimes in humans you can, as Toastmaster Kamal said, DTM Kamal, you go with the audience, what the audience wants, and believe it or not, I actually agree with Toastmaster Kamal because the more you prepared for a humorous speech, the more you are restricted with your stories. You have to come with something new in the spirit of the speech.
Thank you. Now I have a follow-up question to that, but I will ask this from Brother Abdullah Madan. Now, we saw very effective use of improv technique today by Abdullah Hijazi. What is the risk of improvisation? If you use this improvisation spur of the moment, some idea comes, you use it. What is the risk of that, brother, in your opinion?
In my opinion, it will be risky only for a certain type of speakers. For example, if a person is the type of person who memorizes the speech.
Brilliant. Yes.
Yes. Memorizing a speech, there was one Toastmaster, his name is Hassanin Safar. He used to be in Alba Toastmasters with Muhammad Shikri and Ahmed Shikri. He used to say, if you memorize a speech, it will be like a chain. Once you forget one word, you will forget everything. The chain will be broken. So when you improvise while you are memorizing your speech, this will be deadly for you. But in case you are just knowing the sequence of what happens, for example, you know what to start with, what to say here, and what else, and then you improvise, it will be normal. You can continue. So this is my opinion.
Absolutely brilliant, and that's absolutely amazing advice, brother. If we are in the habit of memorizing, improvisation can break our chain of thoughts, and then we may forget the speech and ruin it. So, such speakers, you would not advise to improvise. You say just follow your memorized line. But if you are versatile, if you can change, then improvisation is good. And I think our brother Abdullah Hijazi, he did it well. He improvised and then he came back again making the same appeal. Please help me get married.
Yes.
Right. We have time only for one more question. And after that, we'll have to wrap up this. I know I have so many questions to ask, but this one I will give it to our champ, Kamal. I love the list making, and that is a technique I use sometimes, but today it was like made really clear. So that I will. But I will take you back to the basic technique that you said. You said a joke is essentially a setup and a punchline, a setup and a punchline. My question to you is, brother, if we just employ this one formula, a joke is a setup and a punchline. If we just employ this one formula time and again in the speech at every different stage, if we just, do you think we will have an effective speech?
You should always be ahead of the audience. If they know that you are going to do this joke again and again and again, you will lose them. So if you could do some kind of variations here and there, it will be better. However, at some point, after a minute or two, the audience will realize your types of jokes, and that's why I said, um, too much of anything, it will be too much for the audience.
Mm.
Yeah, so try to make variations as much as you can.
Thank you, brother. So sticking to one formula throughout the 7 minutes is not really a good idea. It's actually a recipe for disaster, because you will start sounding monotonous. There's a setup, punchline,
Exactly.
setup. After the third one, the audience will stop responding to you. So that's when you need to bring different humorous techniques, self-deprecating, improvisations, the exaggerations. You start bringing all of those. Thanks so much. Thank you, gentlemen. What can I say? I know I started off by roasting all of you, but now I feel really bad that I roasted all of you fine gentlemen for having spent your time and effort in telling us. Yes, Brother Abdullah, you are raising your hand.
One more question, just last question to DTM Kamal.
Go ahead.
Let's say that you have a series of jokes, setup punchline, setup punchline, setup punchline. What is the what would be the sequence of each joke of them? Let's say the strongest, where shall I keep it? The weakest joke, or the least funny, what shall I keep it? For example, I hope you understood my
think
question.
Yes, I got it. See, try as much as possible first, as soon as you get on the stage, try to break the ice between you and the audience. As soon as you got the audience on the palm of your hands, then you can do anything. If it's not, then try as much as possible to break the ice between you and the audience as soon as you get on the stage. If it's not, it will be very hard then to make them laugh. So try to keep the best jokes in the front first. As soon as you make them laugh very loud, then you got them on the palm of your hand, then you can do anything.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. So once again, I'll get back to my earlier line of thought. I was saying I feel really bad that I started off when I introduced our friends. I was doing a semi kind of a roast kind of a thing. But hey, maybe I'll end also with a small semi roast, as a simple sweet roast. So, friends, ladies and gentlemen, we have heard from the two Abdullahs and the Kamal. This panel has given us everything from belly laughs to ballad breakdowns, and also a glimpse of a future with a Russian mate. These three have given a full spectrum: food, flirting, and feline inspired speeches. Hey, that's an alliteration. And so let's give them a big final round of applause for their presentations, plus their candid, honest, and very important, useful responses to our questions. These are legends in their own right. They have proved once and for all that laughter, love, judging ballots, whatever it is, we all really can do it if we follow the advice and techniques this gentleman have. Please join me in a big round of applause. With this, I will now hand over control back to our president, Toastmaster Vidat. Over to you, madam.
Thank you very much, Diti and Farhas, for this amazing way of conducting this meeting. All this gold, the power of laughter in communication, as it's written in the agenda and the poster. Well, what an amazing meeting we had today. Thanks for DTM Abdullah Madan. Thanks for Toastmaster Abdullah and for DTM Kamal Shahabi for being with us today. You really, really enriched ourselves. We laughed from the heart, and the valuable knowledge you gave us, the valuable tips you gave us, because I'm one who's trying to present a humorous speech, and the devil is still visiting my brain. It's not leaving. Though I opened the window for it, but it's still there. I hope I will knock it and I kill it very soon. So we learn best at the moment of enjoyment. And really today, this what Ralph C. Smedley, as Toastmaster Abdullah reminded us, that we have to mention Ralph C. Smedley in our speeches, so in our introduction also. So as president, we learn best at the moment of enjoyment. Really, that's right. And this takes me back to second thing that I really witnessed in my job as a psychosocial supporter is laughter is the best remedy. And laughter is something that really purifies our souls, purifies ourselves from all the drains of past memories we have. And then I remember my first laughter yoga that I attended. And then they keep laughing. I don't feel I want to laugh. I'm in a miserable state. My whole life was in a mess. And then laugh. And then the trainer said, she came to me and whispered in my ear, fake it until you make it. Okay, then we keep laughing and laughing. And this later on in my researches, I noticed that really laughter is the best remedy because it changes the hormones in our body. And once these hormones change, we become relaxed and then we start laughing and then we become in a better mood. And this matches too much with Toastmaster and the objectives of Toastmasters because it's a journey of self-development, self-leadership, and self-improvement. So these areas where most of Toastmasters cannot hit, I believe we should all have and deserve this try, at least to improve ourselves. And once we talk about humorous incidents in our life, though sometimes they are not that humorous, this means that we are in harmony with ourselves, that we cope the stress we have. With this, I would like to thank all the members, all the guests who attended today. Our meeting has not ended before we share this valuable thing that is prepared by our amazing VPPR, Toastmaster Malaki, a certificate to DTM Farhaz Farouk for being the master of ceremony for our meeting today. Thank you very much, DTM Farhaz. A big round of applause for you. And the second one goes to the first speaker, Toastmaster Abdullah Madan. We are proud you are in our club for your valuable speech and remind us to be slim, to be light in the speech, but to be heavy in the hearts in a way that we love from our heart. Thank you, Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi, for your valuable notes and your personal experience that you shared with us. A big round of applause for both of you, Abdullahs. And to our guest, I hope you join our club, Toastmaster Kamal Ashabi. I don't know if you are DTM. You are distinguished Toastmaster. Thank you for being with us. And we are really thrilled by all the notes, all the statements, all the advice you gave us. Really valuable. It's registered. Alhamdulillah, we can find it later on our social media for those who want to attend. And finally, to me for being the timer. Thank you, Toastmaster Widat, for taking this role. And back to our guests before we announce the end of our meeting today. We have, let me see, the first name I can see without my glasses. It's something new for me. And I'm happy I got my sight back. You're most welcome, Toastmaster Ali. Thank you for your encouragement. I have two angels in the club that support me as a president. They are Toastmaster DTM Ali Shahbaz and DTM Khalid Abdullah with all the EXCOM, of course. Toastmaster Ali Hussein from Injaz, where we will send Abdullah to your club. Would you tell us your impression about our meeting today, our oldest gold?
Yes, it was really an amazing meeting. I have really gained a lot, especially with the tips provided by Toastmaster DTM Kamal. It was really amazing. I have gained a lot of, valuable insight, especially with the punchline. That was a new technique, especially for me. And it was also nice to see my brother Abdullah Madan today. And it was really amazing. And congratulations for all the speakers. It was an exceptional meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presence, and we hope to see you in our meetings and all this gold series coming forward. And who else I can see? Toastmaster Suha Kutub from Egypt.
Assalamu
Yes.
alaikum. I really,
Alaikum
really
salam.
enjoyed it. I have never attended such a meeting before. As always, I have learned from it, and hopefully, inshallah, next month I'll be able to manage it slightly close to how it was managed today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the nice background voice you have. It's really amazing. God bless your kids. So we have all this goal the first Saturday of each month, and our regular meeting is the third Saturday of each month. It's a hybrid meeting for those who would like to join. Thank you, Toastmaster Suha, for joining us today and the time you dedicated for this meeting. We have Toastmaster Laila Karami from Lebanon, living in Bahrain. She's Bahraini now, I think. Yes, Toastmaster
Yeah,
Laila, would you like to tell us
I
about your impression, whatever you want to say about the meeting today?
yeah, it was amazing and a new technique. I enjoy a lot, and really, their speaker make me laughing, and I enjoy also the evaluation. This is a new way, and thank you for you everybody to invite me today. Thanks.
You're most
And
welcome.
congrats for you also, Dr. Hijazi. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you very much. We actually, all this gold is based on speakers presenting whatever they want, the topic related, and then we have a panel discussion where we have the chance for audience to express themselves or to get more knowledge. And I'd like to hear from DTM Kamal, our guest today. You're not a guest, it's your second home, first home if you want to consider it. Tell us your impression. Thanks for all the time dedicated, for all the tips you have shared with us, and good luck with your books, really amazing books. Would you tell us something? Would you like to
Thank
say
you.
something before we
Thank
close
you.
our
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for having me, and hopefully we could have more meetings to come. I really liked your questions, was very well. Thank you so much, and I hope I can see you again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for Toastmaster Aaron. Yes, of course, I can't see him with us today. But with this, if someone wants to say anything before we adjourn the meeting for today, anyone from the home club would like to say something? DTM Farouk, would you like to say something?
I think it was
DTM
very
Farah.
fun. Thank you very much, Madam President. I think it was a fun meeting, and we need to have some breaks like this, like we learn to laugh and we understand what laughter is all about. I think the session today had all those aspects. We started with laughing about it, and then we had some lessons about how we can make jokes on ourselves, how to tackle things, and there was general humor, how to find humor in everyday incidents by Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi. And then Dr. DTM Kamal really explained to us like what humor consists of, and it is there in everybody. Thank you to everybody for your wonderful session. And naturally, the panelists evoked all the proper responses. Thank you.
Thank you very much. DTM Ali, would you like to say something? I will mention your names one by one. Toastmaster Malaki for your efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster, with that. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, our guests also.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Farhaz, again, DTM Farhaz, for being the MC for today. I really enjoyed it with you. I was happy that you are the one, of course, because I always learn from you. That's something too personal, but I thank you on behalf of the club and would like to adjourn all this gold series number 41 closed.